Hello my fellow readers, this is just going to be a very quick Draconathon update, just to fill you in on where I am with it and how it's going. So let's go over what I've read so far. So the first thing that I finished was the Daisy or the Dainty read. It was for a book that's under 250 pages, and for that I finished The Do-Over Damsel Conquers the Dragon Emperor, and I really wanted to see how this was going because if you may recall from the first time, the Do-Over Damsel follows a character who gets sent back in time into her younger self's body. So she still has the memories of, I think she was 17 or 18. She still has those memories, but she's now back in her 10-year-old body. And there was some of it. I liked the overall plotting and storyline of it. I did not like the creepy aspect of the adult with a child engagement whole situation. It was disturbing. She still hasn't aged that much in the second volume. She does hit her 11th birthday, but that's it. And so there are some uncomfortable scenes, but I think this one did a slightly better job of not being overly creepy. There's only like maybe one or two things that was disturbing. But for the most part, they kind of know that certain behavior is acceptable. And I don't know, like her fiance does sort of treat her as a ward. But this was my little Daisy Dainty read. I will be reading the third volume as well. I'm hoping to get that done in August and then really have a good overall view of how the series is going. But at this point, I'm still not sure whether or not I like it because I just feel like why not have an age jump? Like I like a lot of the political stuff that's going on, a lot of the lore I think is good. There was a lot more here that went into the dragons, dragon riding, that whole society I liked in this one. And so, yeah, I just wish that she were older because it's disturbing. So that's what I finished. Also, I'm going to kind of count these as a bonus. I was going to do this, I think, for the spells one, but I don't think there's enough magic, so I have another choice for that one. But I finished volumes 5 through 7 of The Dragon Knight's Beloved, and I still love this one. In these volumes, the little baby dragon is actually maturing and pretty quickly, so he's grown. I think he grows in like the 6th volume. I think he starts to get bigger. I think he's only like 6 months old, but he's developing to full dragon, like he's getting bigger. I know, it was just really cute and sweet. And there's also a lot going on with these volumes now too, because there is a cousin of Hubert who is the fiance of our main character, but his cousin wants to marry her in order to use her as a tool because she is Blue, who's the little baby dragon's adoptive mother, and so they're kind of trying to use her as a political tool and not really caring about how she feels. But anyway, these are good volumes. I would recommend this series if you just want like a really kind of cozy fantasy with dragons. It's manga, it's good. But I finished these as well. And let's see what's next. The next one that I finished was my big tome, where I finally finished Inheritance by Christopher Paolini. This is the 4th one in the Inheritance cycle. There's been, let's see, there was a book of short stories, and then the Murtagh book, I think it was out a year or two ago, but I haven't picked those up, and I really wanted to finish at least the original cycle of books, and so finally got through this. It was okay. I was never overly blown away by Aragon. I thought it was just a very semi-predictable fantasy series, if that makes sense. But it has its charms. I like some of the characters a lot more than others. Actually, I might have to pick up Murtagh because I did actually like probably his character the best. I don't know. But this was, let's see, what did they call this one? Forget-Me-Not. Remember that. Yes, Forget-Me-Not. The book that's been on your TBR the longest. And this for sure has, because this has been years and years. It's just been sitting on my shelf. So finally finished this, and I'm just relieved. So there we go. I won't give away too much of this, even though it's an older book. This is the final book, so it just closes a lot of the storylines off, and that's pretty good. You have your final big epic battle, all that jazz. And the other book, I just wanted to make sure I get the right one for this one, is Cherry Blossom, or my nature read, and for that I did the Tea Dragon Tapestry, which is a graphic novel. This is the third book in the Tea Dragon Society books, I think is what they call it. I'm trying to think of what the second one was. So it was like the Society, the something, and then Tapestry Festival. The Tea Dragon Festival was the second one. And I've loved these, and definitely like nature is fitting. It's always a major theme within the graphic novel. There's always a lot of nature portrayed in the background. It has to do also with the dragons themselves. The dragons will produce their own tea leaves that grow out of them. It's really cute and sweet. I love this so much. And this one was a really good volume because it dealt with, well, a lot of different things, but there was themes of recovery after grief and loss, like how do you move on? There was, I guess a lot of it was like moving on in general, because there's also the moving on that happens when you have expectations for your life and your career and your goals that way, and then suddenly you find yourself in a different job or a different path than you originally thought you were going to be on. And it's how do you also process that feeling and to go on with it. And this, I think this was honestly my favorite volume of the three. It was just so good. There was a lot of heartfelt emotions. You get to see a lot of the characters return for this, and I don't know, I would just highly recommend the Tea Dragon Society books in general. They're so charming and sweet, and there are 2 card games. So one is the main game, and then there's like the side card game that you can do as well, and you know, support this art and this story. It's great. It's so cute. And let's see, other things that I've done. I did do my post for Draconathon. Actually, I've technically done like 2 because I have my video and then also my Instagram post. And then I have done some extra activities. So the biggest one for me so far has been the Dragon's Hatchling, which was a craft activity. And for that, I made a new dragon. And she's really, really cute. This is another pattern by made by Jody. And then I just edited the pattern. So normally it's floppy, but I actually filled its body out so it was more plushy and made it a slightly different neck, and also gave it tail decorations instead. But I just thought her little face was super cute. I fell in love with the pattern when I saw it. So this was my little craft. And she took me, I think, 2 days? I'll say about 2.5 days. I started, I did like her head on Sunday night, and then the rest of her I did Monday and Tuesday. And she's really cute. So that's my little craft. I do have my little food. I will probably also count more crocheting as my mindfulness activity as well, because that really helps just center and calm me. And I've been doing a lot of reading too. I'm on a break this week, so I don't have to worry. I can just relax. And I've had a good time. And honestly, I think that's it so far. That's my check-in. I think, halfway done now. And then I hope to do my other 2 books. I think now I'm planning for the Snapdragon Spells one to be the Hedge Witch. I think that's what they call it, Hedge Witch. And then the Gardenia or Love Story to be Dragonfall. And so I have that all planned. I'm going to do that. And then I do want to do some more book photos. There's one I have to do with like the photos and flowers, like the books and flowers. And then, again, mindfulness activity. And then my little food one, I just want to do like a picture, but I have them already. So, yeah, I'm doing great. Draconathon has been so much fun. I very much am enjoying being surrounded by dragons and just having a good time with it. I think maybe tonight too I will finish off my season of House of Dragon as well, because it's over. I think the season's over, so I just gotta watch the last few episodes. There's maybe like 2 that I have to do, and then I think that's on theme. It'll be a really great evening activity. So I think that is my plans. And that is it for this video. Until next time, bye.